Hi everyone, it's Kerchie, and for those of you who follow me on social media, then you already know that I collect vintage Polly Pockets. And for those of you who don't follow me on social media, you should know that I collect vintage Polly Pockets. My collection grew pretty quickly since starting it in August 2019, so by now I have quite a few, about 185. That's a few. So recently I decided that it's time to expand my collection even more into not just vintage Polly Pockets, but the modern ones that you can still buy in stores. This is what the new ones look like. Totally new packaging, very neon. Polly is also redesigned to look more modern. Now this particular one is called Tiny Pocket World, and my sister-in-law and my little niece sent me a bunch of them, and they also sent me some character ones with Polly and her friends. I wasn't gonna collect these at first because I wanted to focus on the vintage ones, but when I saw these in person, they are actually very, very cute. It was hard to avoid the temptation, especially as a collector, so I ended up buying 60 of them. I have here two humongous boxes filled with Polly's. Look at all of those. I got these from Walmart, Amazon, and Target, and eBay, so I had to go to 4 different places to get all of them. I'm really excited to open every single one of these. Here they are all laid out in my living room. They're so beautiful, super, super cute. I wanted to focus mainly on collecting the compacts because they're just so pretty closed and opened. I'm also focusing on the necklaces and rings, which you see here. I do have several of these characters with Polly and her friends, and these were given to me by my sister-in-law and little niece. Now it's time to open them all, and we have a lot of work ahead of us, so let's go. I'm gonna start opening all the Pollys, and before I do, I just want to say that I've never seen any of these outside the box. I've never held them outside the box or played with them in any way, so this is really my first time getting to experience the new Pollys. I'm gonna go set by set, starting with Tiny Pocket World. These are the tiniest of the new compacts that Mattel released, and they're supposed to be little keychains like you see right here. So the Polly stick that they keep talking about is this little area right here. If you stick Polly on there, she just stays there. That's actually pretty cool. So my first impression is it's definitely cute, but I have been collecting the vintage ones and it's just not quite a match for the vintage ones because those have so much more detail, and as you can see with this one, it's just very simple. Overall, it's still super cute and super pretty. I obviously have a bias for the vintage ones, but I'm still excited to see how this looks displayed along with the other ones. Taking a closer look at Polly, you can see that she does have a little bit more detail than the vintage one because she is bigger, so they can fit a lot more stuff on her. She can't really sit though, like the classic Polly can. Even though her legs are flexible, when she sits, it just doesn't bend at the natural spot. I'm not gonna go through every little detail because we have 59 other Pollys to open, but I will try to attach this real quick just to see if I can do it easily. Okay, that was simple enough. All right, I'm gonna be doing the rest of Tiny Pocket World. One thing I noticed about these versus these, the ones that I just opened, is these are a lot sturdier, bigger, the plastic is shinier, the hinge is tighter, and these feel and look more like the original Polly Pockets than these do. I do find these to be prettier than these just because they feel more like the original Polly Pockets, and I love the heart loop right here. Next, we're gonna move on to the Hidden Hideouts collection, and when opened, it should look like this over here. First impression of the compact, it feels very much like the original Polly Pockets. It definitely has the details that the original ones have. Not quite at that level, but out of all the ones I've opened so far, this one comes really close. Now we'll be opening the Tiny Takeaway set, which is a series of necklaces and rings. My first impression of the necklace is this part doesn't straighten all the way, so I'm not sure how it's gonna look when it's being worn. The ice cream itself is actually really cute and Polly fits nicely inside, so that's a plus. For the ring, it's also very cute, but this part isn't as adjustable as the vintage ones. One thing I noticed is you can switch the necklace to a ring and the ring to a necklace. Over here it has that little heart where you can put the ring on like this. And this one also has one on the bottom, so you can turn this into a ring. And this one has a little hook for the necklace right here. So that's kind of nice that you can switch them around like that. Now we're going to open the character Pollys, which are individual dolls that come with some accessories. First impression, this is a pretty good sized doll. It's very flexible. It's made of some kind of silicone and plastic. I do love the details on her outfit, and she's wearing the necklace, which we're gonna open later. You can remove her shoes, which is pretty cool, and it looks like you can also remove her outfit if you wanted to change it. Overall, it's super cute, and it's fun to see Polly kind of gigantic like this. I wish that they made one in the vintage style because I would absolutely buy it and add it to my collection. Now we are getting to the really big Pollies. I've just been calling these Big Pocket World. I'm not sure if that's the official name, but since the little ones are called Tiny Pocket World, I'm gonna call these Big Pocket World. First impressions, this one is really, really pretty. We have the same stickers here, which you can stick all over this compact, and this is how the Pollies can stand, just like that. I also love the logo on the back here. And now we're gonna do the rest of the polys, which don't really fit into any category, so I'm just gonna jump right in and start opening them. These next two that I'm about to open are actually purses that you can wear like so. Those were so much fun to open. That was a lot. I hope Mattel makes more Polly Pockets because as long as they keep making them, I'm gonna keep buying them. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that it satisfied something in you about opening a bunch of things all at once. I will be making separate videos to showcase each individual Polly separately, vintage and modern ones, so stay tuned for those.